Good morning.
Today is Sunday, February 2nd, and we will be reading Psalms chapter 18.
Psalms 18. Do you have it, Catherine? Yep.
What else reading?
You have it? What are we reading here? Oh, Joseph is sold. Oh, been there, done that. And then, what do you have?
18.
Psalm 18. Very good. And you? Fist bump. Oh, we have fist bumps. Thank you. Let's go around the table.
Yeah. Give her the fist bump.
Aww. And she's okay with it.
Watch the water.
Go to the next person.
Okay. So we have, she comes back to you. She's looking for a fist bump.
She's like, that's not right.
All right. Chapter 18. I love you, Lord. Praises sung by the pure and shining one, by King David, his servant, composed when the Lord rescued David from all his many enemies, including the brutality of Saul. Oh, praises sung to the pure and shining one. Lord, I passionately love you and am bonded to you. For now you've become my power. You're as real to me as bedrock beneath my feet, like a castle on a cliff, my forever firm fortress, my mountain of hiding, my pathway of escape, my tower of rescue where none can reach me, my secret strength and shield around me. You are salvation's ray of brightness shining on the hillside, always the champion of my cause. All I need to do is to call to you, singing to you, the praiseworthy God. When I do, I'm safe and sound in you. For when the ropes of death wrapped around me and terrifying torrents of destruction overwhelmed me, taking me to death's door, to doom's domain, I cried out to you in my distress, the delivering God. And from your temple throne, you heard my troubled cry. My sobs came right into your heart, and you turned your face to rescue me. The earth itself shivered and shook. It reeled and rocked before him. As the mountains trembled, they melted away. For his anger was kindled, burning on my behalf. Fierce flames leaped from his mouth, erupting with blaze, burning coals as smoke, and fire encircled him. He stretched heaven's curtain open and came to my defense. Swiftly he rode to earth as a stormy sky was lowered. He rode a chariot of thunderclouds amidst thick darkness. A cherub, his steed, as he swooped down, soaring on the wings of spirit wind, wrapped in hidden in the thick cloud darkness. His thunder tabernacle surrounded him. He hid himself in mystery darkness. A dense rain clouds were his garments. Suddenly the brilliance of his presence broke through, with lightning bolts and with a mighty storm from heaven, like a tempest dropping coals of fire. The Lord thundered. The great God above every god spoke with his thunder voice from the skies. What fearsome hailstones and flashes of fire were before him. He released his lightning arrows and routed my foes. See how they ran and scattered in fear. Then with his mighty roar he laid bare the foundations of the earth, uncovering the secret source of the sea. The hidden depths of land and sea were exposed by the hurricane blast of his hot breath. He then reached down from heaven, all the way from the sky to the sea. He reached down into my darkness to rescue me. He took me out of my calamity and chaos and drew me to himself, taking me from the depths of my despair. Even though I was helpless in the hands of my hateful, strong enemy, you were good to deliver me. When I was at my weakest, my enemies attacked, but the Lord held on to me. His love broke open the way, and he brought me into a beautiful, broad place. He rescued me because his delight is in me. He rewarded me for doing what's right and staying pure. I will follow his commands and never stop. I'll not sin by ceasing to follow him no matter what. For I've kept my eyes focused on his righteous words, and I've obeyed everything that he's told me to do. I've done my best to be blameless and to follow all of his ways. Keeping my heart pure, I've kept my integrity by surrendering to him, and so the Lord has rewarded me with his blessing. This is the treasure I discovered when I kept my heart clean before his eyes. Lord, it is clear to me now that how we live will dictate how you deal with us. Good people will taste your goodness, Lord. And to those who are loyal to you, you love to prove that you are loyal and true. And for those who are purified, they find your ways pure. But you've outwit the crooked and cunning with your craftiness. To the humble, you bring heaven's deliverance, but the proud and haughty you disregard. God, all at once you turned on a floodlight from me. You are the revelation light in my darkness, and in your brightness I can see the path ahead. With you as my strength, I can crush an enemy horde, advancing through every stronghold that stands in front of me. What a God you are! Your path for me has been perfect. All your promises have proven true. What a secure shelter for all those who turn to hide themselves in you. You are the wraparound God, giving grace to me. Could there be any other God like you? You are the only God to be worshipped, for there is not a more secure foundation to build my life upon than you. You have wrapped me in power, and now you've shared with me your perfection. Through you, I ascend to the highest peaks of your glory, to stand in the heavenly places, strong and secure in you. You've trained me with the weapons of warfare worship. Now I descend into battle with power to chase and conquer my foes. You empower me for victory with your wraparound presence. Your power within makes me strong to subdue. And by stooping down in gentleness, you strengthened me and made me great. You've set me free from captivity, and now I'm standing complete, ready to fight some more. I caught up with my enemies and conquered them, and didn't turn back until the war was won. I pinned them to the ground and broke them to pieces. I finished them once and for all. They're as good as dead. You've placed your armor upon me and defeated my enemies, making them bow low at my feet. You've made them all turn tail and run, for through you I've destroyed them all, forever silenced. They'll never taunt me again. They shouted for help, but no one dared to rescue them. They shouted to God, but he refused to answer them. So I pulverized them to powder and cast them to the wind. I swept them away like dirt on the floor. You gave me victory on every side. For look how the nations come to serve me. Even those I've never heard of come and bow at my feet. As soon as they heard of me, they submitted to me. Even the rebel foreigners obey my every word. Their rebellion fades away as they come near, trembling in their strongholds. They come crawling out of their hideouts, cringing in fear before me. Their courage is gone. The Almighty is alive and conquers all. Praise is lifted high to the unshakable God, towering over all. My Savior God is worthy to be praised. Look how he pays back harm to all who harm me, subduing all the people who come against me. He rescues me from my enemies. He lifts me up high and keeps me out of reach, far from the grasp of my violent foe. This is why I thank God with high praises. I will sing my song to the highest God, so all among the nations will hear me. You have appointed me king and rescued me time and time again with your magnificent miracles. You've been merciful and kind to me, your anointed one. This favor will be forever seen upon your loving servant David and to all my descendants. That is chapter 18.
And now we are going to read Proverbs 3, verse 19 to
35, you're right. Do you have it? Oh. 3 from right. Okay, there's 3 too. I mean, there's 3 as well. And hold on. No. So we need to go to 19. And then you're going to go to the end of it. Okay? You ready? Yes, we're going to read that. You're there? All right. Oh, no, that was rude. Don't do that.
No.
All right, wisdom's blueprints. The Lord laid the earth's foundations with wisdom's blueprints. By his living understanding, all the universe came into being. By his divine revelation, he broke open the hidden fountains of the deep, bringing secret springs to the surface, as the mist of the night dripped down from heaven. Wisdom, our hiding place. My child, never drift off course from these 2 goals for your life, to walk in wisdom and to discover discernment. Don't ever forget how they empower you, for they strengthen you inside and out and inspire you to do what's right. You will be energized and refreshed by the healing they bring. They give you living hope to guide you, and not one of life's tests will cause you to stumble. You will sleep like a baby, safe and sound. Your rest will be sweet and secure. You will not be subject to terror, for it will not terrify you, nor will the disrespectful be able to push you aside, because God is your confidence in times of crisis, keeping your heart at rest in every situation. Wisdom in relationships. Why would you withhold payment on your debt when you have the ability to pay? Just do it. When your friend comes to ask you for a favor, why would you say perhaps tomorrow when you have the money right there in your pocket? Help him today. Why would you hold a grudge in your heart toward your neighbor who lives right next door? And why would you quarrel with those who have done nothing wrong to you? Is that a chip on your shoulder? Don't act like those bullies or learn their ways. Every violent thug is despised by the Lord, but every tender lover finds friendship with God and will hear his intimate secrets. The wicked walk under God's constant curse, but godly lovers walk under a stream of his blessing, for they seek to do what is right. And if you walk with the mockers, you will learn to mock. But God's grace and favor flow to the meek. Stubborn fools fill their lives with disgrace, but glory and honor rest upon the wise.
That's Proverbs 3, 19 through 35. All right. And a wonderful week.
Bye.